you need to fall in love with yourself. I'm going straight in there, bruv. Starting instantly. You need to fall in love with yourself because you're going to be inside of your mind, inside of your brain, inside of your body until the day that you die. I personally believe that there is a thereafter. You're always going to be existing in your own consciousness in whatever way that it expresses itself. Whether or not it's a rainy day, a sunny day, or a breakup, or a new job, or losing your job, you're always going to be locked in your consciousness. Do you consider that to be trapped in your consciousness or just within your consciousness? Because the way that you see it will actually determine how you respond to these different situations. You can lose your job and not feel a way about it. You can be in a really terrible situation and not have the pain that is normally associated with this condition, with that happening. Because when you fall in love with yourself, you actually realize that you are powerful beyond belief. When you fall in love with yourself, you realize that you are completely unique, one of one. There will never be another version of you that exists. And that is both really amazing and also really normal at the same time. I've come to a place of recognition, like deep recognition and knowing of that, where for me it is standard. I look at a cat and think, that cat is completely one of one. But I do believe that animals are a little bit different because, I don't know. I still got a lot of love for my animals. I just don't know whether or not they have the same depth of personality as we do. But I do believe that they all have their own personalities. But I don't think their consciousness has evolved to a point at the same level as ours has. Understanding this self-love will allow you to explore parts of yourself that you didn't even realize existed. It will allow you to deflect so much hate that other people are projecting onto you, because all of the self-limiting beliefs you've learned through other people, all of these constructs, all of these limitations, all of these cages that you're in, you've basically and essentially learned from other people. You might have picked up some through being. You might have picked up some through just living life. You might have picked up some through mistakes that you've made or errors of thought. But the majority of these beliefs are basically picked up from our upbringing and from the way that other people have treated us and projected onto us. The way that they've projected their hatred of self or their hatred of other. They're quite symbiotic onto you, essentially. So it's basically like just learning how to persevere through that hatred and persevere through all of that negativity that some people try to give to you, and understanding that you are actually the very core of your whole being, and the way that you decide to react to certain things will then dictate and determine the rest of your day's well-being, the rest of your life's well-being, essentially. Understanding this protects you, and understanding this deeply just acts as literal armor. Because no matter what anybody says to you, no matter what or how they try to make you feel, then it won't work. Because unless it's love, it might just be deflected. Unless it's a blessing, it will just be deflected. I had a conversation. It was a very difficult conversation, a very complicated conversation, in a very dense and long-lasting difficult relationship that I've shared with someone. And they tried to inflict a lot of pain and a lot of negativity with the words that they were using against me. But in a moment of time, I was so conscious of the fact that the things that they were saying were coming from their own place of pain. And the way that they can actually handle that pain is by projecting it. You know, it's easier to let it out than deal with it inside, because dealing with it inside is coming to a place of recognizing that pain. So if you can recognize your pain and you can start taking the blame, then trust me, you will improve your aim. You might even heal your name if you first just take the blame for the pain that you're feeling right now. If you stop saying it's their fault or it's their fault, then you actually start realizing that it's still your power. It's still in your power to be able to react to these different situations in a way that you actually want to. It's in your hands, and it's in your brain's hands the way that you actually react to these different situations or respond to these different situations. I apologize for the lie, I do. And it all comes back to loving yourself, right? Learn to understand the power that you hold within yourself. Learn to understand your signature. Learn to understand who you are inside of you. I've got a tattoo here. And this tattoo is just a circle with a dot in it. Very, very simple. And the meaning behind this is, I am me and you are you, but I am you and you are also me. But you aren't me and I am not you, but we are each other. We are each other. But we are ourselves. In a sense, if I was to just break that down very, very simply, then I can see through my eyes, and I'm behind my eyes right now. And I'm me. I'm the center of my world, right? I can only see myself through the lens. I can only see the world through the lens of my own eyes. Of course, I understand empathy and all of that, right? So I feel like I can almost see life through other perspectives, but I can never see life through another perspective. Like literally, I'll never be able to see life through your eyes. And you are you, the person watching this video. You are you. You're the center of your experience as well. So learning to understand these things grows your natural empathy and forgiveness and patience for other people, because you realize that they're just experiencing their life through their own lens. I think it's called Sonder. Like that's like Sonder, but to an extreme level. Like Sonder is looking at someone walking past you and realizing that they have a whole life as complicated as yours, to an extent, as complicated as yours, and with as many little nitty gritties as yours. So fall in love with yourself, because falling in love with yourself also allows you to then fall in love with other people as well. Like the Hosier song, I fall in love just a little bit every day, someone new. You know what I mean? Like you fall in love with someone every single day. You know what I mean? Because you grow to understand the beauty of being, and you grow to understand a love for each and every single like expressions, the micro expressions, the tonalities that people use, and all of that. Like there's so many things that to be appreciated in this life, and there's so many things that go missed. There was one time, I'm a very observant person. I was cycling into the city centre, and I looked to the right and I seen a paper bag fly through the air for a second and actually then just fly in between someone's legs and just carry on flying away. And if I didn't look to my right, if I wasn't observable of that moment, then it would have just passed by and I wouldn't have been able to use that as a reference right now. But it was just something that made me laugh. So I'm gonna round it up here. Love yourself is the key to happiness, peace, and healing for the rest of your life. God bless and good luck.